It might take a second or something to just show up.
It always does. There we go. Let's see. I just had this open. Let's see. You just want to check your answers, or
Yeah,
which I'm happy to do.
yeah, just answers, I think so. And if something is wrong, you can let me know the correct answer and I can try to solve it from my side.
Let's see. Uh, I didn't have that one up. Bear with me.
Take your time.
Goodness. Where I can find it. You ever notice when I show my screen that there's just all kinds of crap? That is because I am very disorganized within my see if this is it. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, I had the other classes open. That's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
like 1.2% for semi-annual.
Yeah, that's correct. That's
So
correct.
for problem two, I think so there is like a lot of parts.
Yeah.
My part A is 65.31, which I can
Uh-huh.
table. Part B is 70.69. Then part C, I'm getting like 65.31 and 70.69. And it's based.
Okay, oh yeah, hold on. Part C. That's right. Yep, you're good.
Yep, I
You're
think so.
good.
You explained it in last week that what we have to do. So I just tried that because I didn't knew till then. But I think so. You explained it what we have to do.
Yeah,
And it
you're
was
good.
relevant to something called there was something like depicting the future cash flow. No, the finite horizon valuation. Okay.
Yeah, the finite the finite or
Yep.
there are about three different terms I use for that. I got to stop doing that. But yeah, you're correct there. You're totally
Okay.
correct there.
And so for investor one, 65.31, investor two, 70.69.
Yeah.
And then for problem three, I got 40.063.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
doing good till now. Problem four, I think so. There are probably two parts.
You're
I feel.
yeah. The answer on A, well, the you're half right.
Okay,
The final answer on A is 2704.
okay. So that's
B,
this one.
yeah, B, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out what you might have done here.
I'm just doing some
What?
of the problem.
Oh, no. What you need to do there is actually the answer is 4111.
4111. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it's and you have it there where you have
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I got it.
That's what we're
What I was
looking
doing.
for right there is
Ah, okay. I was
you want the
probably trying to calculate the everything, so I have it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
Thanks for noting that. I'll just make it yellow so I remember that. Problem five.
I love you guys color coding.
Oh yeah, I need to remember the way in my mind what is right,
Yeah,
what is
no,
wrong.
I just when I go through and grade them, I see everybody's doing things differently. All right, let's see. Part A, 737, yeah. Part B, 886. There you go. Yeah, you're good.
And then I just like made a negative graph. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
there's
make it positive. It's the same way it's gonna give you the inverse relationship anyways.
yeah. So that's yeah. And you did one with yeah, perfect.
I was first thinking of doing a pie
No,
chart and bar
that
chart, but then I'm like
yeah.
point is better.
Line, it's really supposed to look like a line chart. It's the
Okay,
best way to do it.
okay. And then problem six, I think so. We have the answer already on the question, so I probably got it. But I got 0.32 instead of 0.31.
Um, that what's really funny is on my answer on the PowerPoint that I'm using for the answer videos,
Uh-huh.
I have three too.
Okay,
So,
okay. Yeah, I just
so
wanted to mention like that.
it's a rounding thing.
Okay.
Don't don't worry too much about that.
And then the part is 73321.27.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing good till now. And then problem seven, I think so. I have 2372 and 1327.
Mhm.
And then C is just a statement. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then problem eight is coming as 9.453.
that's good. Yep.
Okay. Doing good till now, basically.
Mhm.
And then problem nine is where I faced a little bit challenge. I think so. My B answer is good, but I don't know about A.
No, you got them both right.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that
Yeah.
am I doing it correctly when I sum all of these things?
You are, as long as you do the you're getting the present value of those numbers there. So
Correct.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks. And then problem 10. Yeah, these are the answers.
Yeah, you're good there.
Okay, so basically I got everything right and one of them half right, which I have the answer, but I just need to mark that as my
In the
answer.
wrong place. So
Yeah.
I probably would have, if you had turned this in, I probably would have written you a note and said you had the right answer, but you put it in the wrong place.
Okay, and I'll read
Something
the
like that.
questions. Yeah, I'll
You
read
know.
the question carefully as well, just
Yeah.
to figure out why I did that. But yeah, it's gonna help me. But yeah, thanks a lot, Russell.
No
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Go have a Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I came early because I remember that you might show up early. So I'm like, okay, let me discuss and get through all of these. Thanks a
Cool.
lot, Russell.
You betcha.
Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your cherry blossom. And I think so there is a tree fairly that is blooming for the last time. So go and check it out.
Oh,
And there's a lot of people there checking that one. It's like it's a stump tree, a small one, which they have like barriered out, and it's just blooming for the last time now because they're gonna remove it.
one of my students is telling me there's some cherry blossom tree that it's like a big deal. It's the last time it's ever going to bloom, and everybody's gravitating toward it, and they're going to have to move it afterwards. Stumpy, we know
Yeah, I
about
think so.
Stumpy.
That's the one. Yep.
We know about Stumpy. So
Okay.
yeah, now
So check it out.
everybody, you're being recorded back there too. There you go. Okay,
Okay. Thanks, Russell. Have a
we'll see
wonderful
you.
weekend.
We'll see you
Good
this
day.
week. Okay,
Bye.
what's up, Caleb?
Hey, I just had a quick question about one of the assignment 2 problems.
Sure.
So on number 7, I'm fairly confident on my answers for A and B. I guess I'm going to share my screen.
That's a tough one.
Okay.
Admittedly, a tough one.
All right. So
Look
yeah,
at you.
I'm good here. It's just C. I don't know. Conceptually, I'm not sure I'm in the right thinking here.
Let me show you my answer. I did this after there were only about 8 or 9 people left at the very end of class on Thursday, and I even did this. I just showed the explanation because it's I think everybody's overthinking it, but you didn't really overthink it too much. That's the answer.
Okay.
You're receiving cash just because it's a shrinking number over time. There's still value in that. And if all of your projections are correct, you're still going to make a 13% return. It's just you're going to make it in kind of a funny way.
Gotcha. And I guess, is there ever a time where you go below the 13?
Yeah, well, the thing is if you've got a company that what happens if a company is like, I always think of Eastman Kodak because it was the writing was on the wall as digital photography took off. So you might project out that Eastman Kodak was gonna, and everybody was dumping the stock, but they were still going to make some money for a while. So the stock became tremendously underpriced relative to, the cash flows that you're going to receive, even though, again, those numbers were going down. And if you don't, I throw that out there like everybody's supposed to know that Eastman Kodak, they made all the film and all the paper when we used to take pictures before we had digital. And they created digital photography and they did not roll it out because they didn't want it to hurt their own business.
I feel like I did know that.
Yeah. That's another reason I like to bring that one up. But I mean, that's an instance. And what happens when companies are very distressed and everybody's like, why in the world would you want to own that? Well, they're still going to make money for a little while and there might be value in that. So,
gotcha.
You're happy with a 13% return, even though the way you're getting it is kind of discouraging.
Okay.
So yeah,
gotcha.
You're excellent. And I'm pretty liberal on the explanations, but one person, I can't remember who, but one person late on Thursday's class had a long, drawn out explanation. I was like, you don't have to do it. You don't have to kill yourself on that one.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
just there's some value in money you're going to receive in the future, even if that number is diminishing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe,
It's just
yeah, yours is
it's
more
not
concise.
intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Cool.
Yeah, I think that was everything. I probably should have had this done before the quiz, but here we are.
That's all right. You got time. You got time on the quiz. You got a whole week.
No, yeah.
And you think, and you're saying you should have it done. I still haven't even written the quiz. I'm sitting here looking at my family schedule and it's very possible I might be writing the quiz after class or finishing it after class on Monday. I'm so behind on some stuff. So it is what it is.
Yep.
Whatever happens, you guys will be able to take it first thing Tuesday morning. So there. Did
All
you
right.
have
Well,
other
thank you.
questions, or are you going to go
Yep.
have a good Saturday?
I'm training for the mini marathon, so I'm probably gonna go run 9 miles this
Oh,
morning.
good for
So
you. Which one are you doing?
the Indy
Okay.
in May. Yeah.
Okay. I think does that one go around downtown?
I believe so. I know it. I know we end up somewhere in the speedway.
Okay. And I used to live or at my apartment in Indianapolis was right across from the War Memorial. And I feel like they sent us a note telling us that the race was going to be coming by. I didn't really pay attention to it because I'm not there on the weekends anyway, but I feel like it goes by where I used to live too.
Yeah, probably.
Coolio.
Yep. So
All right, well, go do that. And I'm gonna talk to Roberto now.
yep, see ya.
All right, see ya.
Morning, Professor.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I have a question on problem number 2. Okay. I was discussing this with one of the team members, one of the group, and I was not sure if, because it looked too simple and I think it's random, and I was like, it cannot be just like that. So
hold on. Bear with me a second. Let me
yeah.
catch up with you here. Yeah, that's it.
So for all the selling price,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use the same formula no matter what.
Well, yeah, as long as it's one of those situations where it's going to be growing and we have a discount rate using that growing perpetuity formula. So yes, that would be. In fact, the way you have it set up looks almost exactly the same as how I have it on the answer PowerPoint. So and yeah, I know it, and I can understand looking at it and going, that's it. But there are a couple of the problems here that's it. So
Got it.
can you go back to, can you go back to 2, because I just wanted to look at your C answer. On C, that you've got 7069. Do keep in mind you're also supposed to give a year 3 stock price for the first investor. Let me show you what they're not a lot.
Let me start saying.
Yeah, I'll just show you for C, because you had one number but you didn't have both of them. That's all. I just want to make sure you answered the whole question. So you had, I think now you can see it. You had this, but make sure you have that in a spot under C. You already had that number, and it's redundant. I know that, but just make sure you have it all.
So that was the question. That was the question, because is he asking the same question twice? Like, are we taking myself?
It's kind of, yeah, it kind of is. So
okay,
just
and that brought some kind of heat into the group. So
well, just, you know what? If you over answer stuff, you're probably in good shape.
yeah.
So, I want you guys to pull me into the group discussion so I can hear you guys yell at each other.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, but hey, we figured it out. That's what is important.
Okay.
Thank you.
You betcha. Was that it, Roberto? Were you trying to go to question 4 or something, and I just kind of cut you off there?
Actually, I'm still working on 7A and not the last four.
I-
So
I feel
that's
like
that's the one that I was like, I wasn't sure if.
Mhm.
I mean, it's because it sounds too simple, like the same question twice, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something. I don't wanna. Okay, no, that's
Oh,
it.
You're good. Okay, cool. Quimby, I know you sent me an email and I haven't, I've been a little behind because I was traveling yesterday. And I apologize about that. I need to pull that up.
I think I figured it out.
Okay. Oh my gosh, people were showing up an hour ago. Oh, I see you just, you're the top, for question. Do you want to show or are you good?
Yeah, let me show, please.
Okay. I just, the only reason I'm letting you bump to the top of the line is like I said, you, in fact, I see you sent me an email last night. Oh,
Yeah, I was, I figured it out.
oh, you think you got it?
Yeah,
I say you think you got it. Let's see. Is this number 7?
number 7, yes.
Yeah. Okay, you got that. Yeah, you're in great shape there. And B. Good job. You don't need
Thank you.
me.
And then the number for number 9, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Number 9, you've got the correct number on there. You're looking at the year 11 stock price, which is 1530. That's what you're, so you're
Okay.
using the year 12 dividend to solve for the year 11 stock price.
Okay.
Yeah, 1530, and then the present value of the present value of the dividend. You've got show me E29. Just I want to see what you're. I think, and then can you click up in the box so I can see what you're highlighting? I think you're highlighting one too many.
Which box? This one?
No, just up, like I'm pointing at my screen, like you can freaking see that. No, like up at the top where you would type a formula in. I just want to, if you go all the way up to the, no. Click on F29 again. E29, sorry. All right, now take your cursor all the way up to the top where it says sum E13 through E23. I want to look at that. I want you to just click on it like you're going to type something in there. No, I want you to go back down to there. Okay, don't do anything for a second. Let me look at something here. I feel like you're adding, you should not be including, I can't figure out, yeah, click on that. There we go. That's what I wanted to see what you had highlighted there. 188.27. You've got, so look at, show me E16. You see where you have that 70? You have year 3 twice in there. So you're adding, I knew there was something, I just couldn't figure out what it was. But so because the now I think there's one other thing we may need to do. Do you need to, I think, yeah, you need to pull that down one more time, and I think that'll get us there. There you go. That's it. You just had a little so
Okay.
my
Thank you.
wife and I were walking around Washington, DC, and I told her I felt like I needed to work for the FBI or the CIA in forensic accounting to try and find where people are hiding stuff. So that's all I do for you guys. But there you go. That's perfect.
Okay,
perfect.
thank you.
You betcha. Yeah, I remember looking at the screenshot you sent, and that's the number that I couldn't figure out. So I'm going to start doing, you got to raise your hand because a bunch of people are here now. Crystal, are you at a coffee shop? Or is it a
Yes,
fake background? Okay.
it's a fake background.
Okay. It's like, are you
I'm in my
serious?
virtual coffee shop.
Because I know you, and if you start talking, you're going to disturb people. I love you, but you're loud like I am. So. All right. I'm up for questions. Look at this. I'm in a hotel room with a hot chick. Wave, hot chick. Okay. What's up, Priya?
Hey, Professor.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have a couple of questions. Let me just pull that up. I'm going to share my screen. Maybe it'll be easier.
Absolutely.
How do I
I make it look so much easier sharing screens and all that stuff, don't I?
I'm so used to Teams at work, and so Zoom is always
based on what I'm doing, I use 5 different types of services.
Yeah.
I have Teams, Google, GoToMeeting, Zoom, and I've forgotten what the last one was, but go ahead.
okay, so
Fishing in the water slide. I haven't. This is always a funny question. Sorry.
okay, so here the NPV calculation is using the annual rate. That's how we figure out which one is the best, right?
Correct. Using the hold on. I'm using the annual discount rate. Just
annual discount rate.
Well, no, I just for the dozens of other people. I want to. I'm trying to make myself be more consistent with terminology. So go ahead. Sorry for interrupting you.
No problem.
And
so
those
here
numbers are correct. Yeah.
They are? Okay. The question, the last question here, is the NPV run consistent with the incremental IRR rule? My thought was it wasn't. I'm not sure if I understood this. It is?
Yeah, it is. That and the incremental IRR is when we do those side by side and we figure out which, in fact, the incremental IRR is 17.59%.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got that.
So no, it is consistent with it.
Okay. All right. The other question.
Sorry, just before you move on, still on that question. Sorry, can
That's
you please
okay.
explain that a little bit? Like, how do we determine?
Well, what you can do is you can basically the incremental IRR, it's just giving us that over and under. And in this case, the best way to determine if it's in line with it is just to compare the two in net present values. That's what you would do in this situation. The incremental IRR, the incremental IRR is greater than the required return in this case. And then you would go with the larger project.
Can you describe what you mean by larger project? Is that
larger project based on net present value?
Okay, thank you.
You guys got to make me be clear. Do that to me. Go now. What the heck did you just mean?
Yeah, sorry. Please, do you mind repeating that again? I'm
sure. So the incremental IRR is greater than the required return, and then at that case, then we just choose the larger project, and the larger project based on net present value.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Because it will, and in fact, I even say in little parentheses in my answer, the larger project because it adds more to the bottom line. You guys can't see that right now, but I can. Oops. Okay. Priya, did you have more questions?
Yeah, just I think 2 more.
Sure.
Hopefully this is quick. This on the EAC calculation.
Which problem number is that?
This is question 6. Yeah. So the question I had was if I did this right, like to do the equal project lives NPV calc for year 4, for system A, I included the initial investment.
Hold on a second. My earbuds are screwed up. Can you say something real quick?
Sure.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
I got you. All right. The thing with this question, the operating you've got an outflow at the beginning, and then the operating cash flow is the same every year after that.
Right,
And
but
we're not, and you don't have to do a replacement on this one. There are two different methodologies, and I know I taught this kind of at the end of the night. There's one, if the time frames match up evenly, where you can do like the replacement, like we did in that example that I did in class, or if the projects are, one of these is a 4-year and one of them is a 6-year, you can solve. What you need to do is solve for, you've got your operating cash flow correct for system A. System B, the operating cash flow should be 41,080. I'm not sure why, where. Yeah, right there. 100. 73. You take the 73 and you multiply it by 1 minus the tax. And then you add that to the tax rate times the 360 divided by 6, which you've got those numbers up there. I'm just trying to. Did you? Yeah. It should be, if you multiply, oh, hold on. Now I'm trying to.
did I do the taxes wrong? Let me highlight this.
That's what I'm trying to find. It's somewhere in there the taxes are wrong. Okay, that's where you had the taxes. Let me see that. Let me see exactly what number you have there. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, the taxes should be more like much higher number. But also apply that.
F13 on depreciation.
Is that where she's met? Is that?
Yeah.
Having a negative here.
Yeah. Oh, there
That's
you go.
where
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
A plus for. There you go.
Great. Okay. So here, even though the question says, company always needs a conveyor belt system. When one wears out, it must be replaced.
Yeah.
We still don't need to worry about like year 5 and 6 for system A. Okay.
You can do something that looks, it's basically like 256 out. And then the other thing is they're all in the same direction. Remember, this is only a cost. We're not getting revenues from this. We have to buy the conveyor belt. It's not, and we're not even taking into consideration what kind of revenues it's generating.
Okay.
So the sign is the same for all of the cash flow. So you would want.
It's 32. This is.
I'm going to show you something real quick that it might get you in the right direction-ish. Come on, because you have the right numbers, the signs aren't necessarily correct. But on the conveyor belt, and this is a tough question, I will totally admit that. On the conveyor belt, this is what your cash flows would look like by year, and I really should have the year number on the left here. But one of them's 256 up front, one of them 360 up front, and then this is the cost each year for 4 years, and this is the cost each year for 6 years. And when you do that, and you get the net present value of these numbers together, then you basically can use those and solve for payment to get the equivalent annual cost.
So is the payment 26,260? The right answer?
No,
for
the
system A?
payment is for the 4-year one, it's 125,000, and for the 6-year one, it's 123. And we have 4 years and 6 years, and then 10% and 10%. That's the present value of each of those. And equivalent annual cost, we don't take into consideration how long it's going to last. We just take a look at what the annual cost is going to be. And in this case here, you know, the 6-year one's annual cost is a little bit lower.
For that exercise
Mm-hmm.
class, we had that five period versus 10 period, and then you level set it and took the
Yeah, and that's I forgot the term for that. But and then at the very end, we talk about equivalent annual cost using the same project. And I probably should add a different one in there that doesn't divide into the other one evenly. If we were going to try to do that method, we would look at 12 years for the 4-year one and 12 years for the 6-year one and do a replacement. And I don't even know if we're going to be in business in 12 years. So equivalent annual cost, that's how you do that.
So I guess the net present value calculation then is incorrect because my payment function is not giving me, it's giving me a way
Let's
low
swap.
number.
Yeah, you're lowballing it. You're going to get fired because you have a really low number there. You said this wasn't going to cost that much. Can you pull yours back up and I'll take a look at it.
No scooting.
That's right. Don't keep doing that. I love when parents are yelling at kids on here.
Okay, so here
Okay,
is
let
the
me
right.
let me see what you're doing for the payment. So the net present, change your sign to negative on the 4460. That should be, all of these are cost. Everything in question 6 is a cost. So that you want it, yeah, you put the whole thing in parentheses. So I'll be quiet while you do that. And then the same thing on the other one. Okay, you've got that's the correct net present value for that 4-year for project A. And then you want to do the same thing on B where you change that to negative. And you had the correct answer down there on A. But everything in question 6, excuse me, is a cost. And now you have the correct answers and you can go have a fun Saturday.
Yay. One more question, sorry.
Sure, that's okay.
The last one here, question 13. The question I had was, do we need to add that like final coupon payment for the present value to use it for the market value calculation for the bonds?
Yeah, you always use the final coupon. And I don't have that question up in front of me. But yeah, you would include, you get you do get a final coupon payment for bonds.
So is this the correct answer then? Like the 8.72?
I gotta find my. Where the heck is that? Darn it. Oh my goodness. Show me that question. I don't have that one in front of me. That's the only reason I'm Brodsky. Oh yeah. He was my boss. Come on. There we go. And see, I pulled some of these questions from older class and present value, future value. You know what? You don't. Okay. Stock return. Am I asking for market value? Oh, there's the market value. Sorry. The market value of the stock is correct. The market value of the bonds is not. When you do the future, so no, put 1,000 there. That was your original question.
Market value is just the number of bonds times price.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm trying to, the bonds trading out. No, I'm just trying to figure out why your number is off a little bit there on the final one.
So I added the final coupon payment to the bond price, maybe.
No,
that's-
you, in the case of the value of the bonds, there's 410,000 bonds. And the, and, you know, the price of them is, 1160. So
Yep.
the market value of the bonds is really just the bond price times the number of bonds.
Oh, okay. I overcomplicated it.
Yeah, that's why I was getting a little lost there. So yeah, so the market value of the firm's like 912 when you add those two numbers together, the 436 and the
Right.
or the.
And so,
I hate that.
oh, I have to show that, huh? Okay, I just did it in the calculation
You're
here.
gonna need, yeah, you're gonna need that. You don't necessarily have to show it, but you need that. You're gonna use that number to get the stock weighting and the bond weighting.
Okay, and then the final
And-
answer is 8.78.
Yeah,
that-
you've done, and I believe you've done that in
Right. Yeah, I did. 18 plus
Where's my-
28.
So you can put that in a
Yeah.
percentage, that
Yeah.
capital structure.
Yeah. You have it in there. I just to make sure I'm showing all the numbers in the answer that I put together, I show the market value of the and that's not the enterprise value is the better term for that. But yeah, you've got the correct answer now at 8.78%.
So still on that question, the first part of that question talked about the firm's market value capital structure. So is that the percentages for the equity and the debt, or what exactly is the market?
That's the I'll show you. That is the, and I was kicking you off there. Talking about this one here. So the weighted average cost of capital, that's our cost of right. You guys should be able to see that now. That's our cost of equity. That's our cost of debt. Goodbye. And that's our return on equity, our return on debt. Remember to adjust for the tax rate here. But yeah, you do need, for the capital structure of the firm, you do need to, you're gonna need those numbers just to answer part B anyway.
So for A, the answer you're looking for in part A is the percentages for both of them.
Yeah. And I am up here. That's how I when I was saying the whole firm's worth 912.1, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
And that's the capital structure of the firm. They're 47.86% stock and 52.14% bonds.
A quick question, Professor, and this is just for my knowledge. I was referring to one of the examples in the book, and they said in that example, they took the interest on debt as the cost of debt, and then they subtracted the taxes. I'm a little bit confused. So technically, the interest is the coupon rates that we are paying, or that's yield to maturity is the return on bond.
The yield to maturity. And the and I know I'm violently nodding my head no, but what the way you need to think about it is the firm's, where's that final number there? The firm's weighted average cost of capital. Theoretically, it is if they were to raise more money in the same proportion of stocks and bonds that they have outstanding right now, what would the cost of that be? And the yield to maturity is what it would, the interest rate that they would have to pay if they issued new bonds right now. So we don't use the coupon rate, we use the yield to maturity. Now, if they issue new bond, and this is if they issue new bonds, they're gonna have to issue them at the current yield to maturity, because that's the current yield that the market wants from this firm for their bonds.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Yep.
Okay. Julie, or no, Deji? Am I pronouncing it right? Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So my turn. Sorry, let me just take us back to the IRR question. You had talked about if the incremental IRR is higher than the discount rate,
Yeah.
we go with the project that I think
Yes.
initially you said the one that had the initial
Highest
the
net
higher.
present value.
So, but
based
in
on the
this
discount
case,
rate.
based on the discount rate. Now, in this case, based on the discount rate, the water slide has the higher net present value.
Yeah.
But it has the lower IRR in itself.
Correct, but we're
Mhm.
not. But we're asking about the incremental IRR.
Okay.
And
Okay, so that's clear. The other question I had was the one we just talked about. Then just one quick question before I let someone else take the floor. For the buyback payback period, right? We always use the full year, not
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Which,
And
which
for
question is there? Or is that one of our questions?
yeah, I think question 1
Okay.
has part of that, and question 2 as well.
Okay.
And then for the statistics, you had said in the lecture we always use the ones that have the P. I guess.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
For variance, the ones that have the
Oh
P.
yes, always use .p, and I'm gonna actually have a discussion with I've sent an email to the author about this.
Okay. Now,
which I should have done like 3 years ago because I've been dealing with that mistake. I thought they would fix it in this new version.
So for the one that has P, does that P stand for population and S for sample?
I believe it stands for population, and what it does is it will it will include everything that you highlight, and I think it will actually if you put like a word in the middle of there, it might throw it out somehow. Like if you have something that's not a number mixed in there, there's an adjustment that Excel makes for that. But no,
Sir, the answers are very different if you use P versus like if you don't use
I know.
P.
So use P.
Okay, for all questions, right?
Yes, forever and ever.
Okay.
Until they come out with a new version of Excel and mess it up. So, but yes, use P.
So this question deviates a little bit from the assignments. I'm sorry for jumping in there. I use standard deviation quite a bit at work for inventory analysis. And I was told in undergrad to never use P. So if I'm using standard deviation and variance, I should use P.
Where'd you go to school? I'm gonna go fight them.
IU.
Oh God. I have to go down to Bloomington and get into a fight with someone. So don't use P. I'm sorry, don't not use P. Use P.
Thanks.
Don't listen to them. Chewy, you're up. Cloris, you're up.
Hi, good morning. Is it okay if I start sharing my screen?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I really have like two quick questions. The first one is this problem 4. And I just want to check my answer. So for the second part. So for this one, why can't I click on it? So basically this 42.83 is the sum of all these present values. Is that correct? Because we have like a different answers from the group.
Okay, the answer to you're good with question 4. Yeah, you're good with A. B, let me see what you're doing to get that, because that's wrong.
Okay.
Actually, you have the correct answer on your slide.
It's all the sum.
It's the 41.10.
Okay, back.
And yeah, what the question is asking is
Calculate
what
the,
the stock price should be 9 years from now.
yeah,
And the stock price 9 years from now is going to be based on dividend 10 and the growth rate and the discount rate. So where you have in C23, where you have that 41.106958, that number right there,
mhm.
that's the correct answer for B.
I thought we're adding all the present values to get,
That those numbers have, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm getting mean, and I don't want to be mean. So the question is, what is the price 9 years from now? And the stock price in 9 years is based on, it has nothing to do with anything that came before the 9 years. It's based on next year's dividend and the discount rate and the growth rate. So where you've solved, where you have that 41.10, that is the stock. That's what we think the stock price will be in 9 years, right after the dividend's paid, because we don't want you to include that year 9 dividend.
so based on the next year dividend growth rate, and what is the other one?
And discount rate or required return.
So what is the difference in the questions between A and B?
Well, question A is asking for the, let me make sure I'm reading it. A is asking for the stock price today. B is asking for the stock price in 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're calculating the stock price in 9 years, if you fast forward to 9 years, you're gonna use that terminal value or a finite value for the stock price. And the stock price 9 years from today is based on the dividend 10 years from today and the growth rate and the discount rate.
Okay, understood.
And I'm gonna swap with you real quick. I don't know if you're done, but I'm gonna swap with you real quick. I'm gonna show you just exactly what numbers you need for that answer. These are the numbers that you need for that answer. So the dividend is $4.52 in year 10. And we have a discount rate of 15% and a growth rate of 4%.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the year 9 stock price right there. It's
okay.
So that's yeah. And you're not your group's not the only one that was doing it, that was adding all the previous numbers. I've already seen that. I've seen it once before today.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. It was don't take that as me saying you should have heard it earlier, because that was 30 minutes before I opened up office hours really early, and that was like at 9:30.
It's good to know.
Okay, but I want to get involved in I want to come to the groups where you guys are fighting. That's the fun. Did you have some more questions before I?
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's about problem 10.
Sure.
There's some delays.
Yeah, I know. Things move slowly.
Oh gosh.
Is your guy locked up for a second?
Oh, it's still not changing. Let me stop sharing
Okay.
and then I'll open it and share again.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, one sec. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, I can. 10. Woohoo!
Okay,
right.
so for this question, I think I got like ABC all correct until D. So I was using the same method to calculate D, but it got me the right answer.
The number of payment. No, the payment is 90. The number of payment is 12. What do we got going on there? Can you highlight your future value That should be
So-
present. That should be present value. D should be present value.
Yeah, so what I did for ABC is that I use this present value
Yeah, that's,
Um,
those are correct.
to
D,
calculate future value.
no. You're using, you're calculating present value there.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
so
So on D, you got the right rate, you got the right payment. The present value, the future value for D should be 1,000. And you're solving for present value.
okay,
So your future value should be 1,000. If you put 1,000 in there, we might get the right answer.
like the present value to put 1,000.
No, that's the future. When you're solving a bond price, you're solving for present value.
Okay,
What you did for A, if you did the exact same thing but changed the numbers for B, C, and D, you'll get the correct answers.
but I also get the correct answer by using the previous present value to calculate the future value.
Yeah. You and that would work as you're moving forward if you choose to do it that way. But because D has a different rate, you need to go back to doing it like you did question A. And also, while you're typing, I'm gonna show you. This is why you come to office hours, because I show all those answers. So see, this is how I show how to do it. So the first year we've got 18 periods, then we have 15 periods, then we have 6 periods. And I see what you did where you just moved forward, which is great because it shows you how the price changes over time. But if you just set all of these up as present value formulas and change each number, you'll get the correct answers. And what ended up happening is when you got to D, because the rate changes as well, you've got to do some accounting for the price changes, a different price change. And that's why D didn't work even though B and C did, because all that was changing was time. For D, you're changing rate instead of time.
Okay, I think I understood. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay, Samantha, I think you were up.
Yeah, so I had a question on question 9, and I'm probably overcomplicating it. Let me see. Okay, so I don't know. I got this 1689, but I guess like overall, like I started year 1 with the 114. Can you see my screen?
Not yet, no.
Okay, hold on. I guess I have to click share. That probably helps. I started year 1 with 114 because it says at the end of years 1 through 10, it's 114, and then 180 at the end of year 11. But then I noticed that some of my team members started, like they did it where year 10 was $1.80 instead. So I just didn't know.
No, you're doing it correctly.
Okay. So and then I got 1689, and I heard what you said and why that is the answer, because you don't care about the things before year 16. But for A, I guess I'm a little bit.
Yeah, we're discounting back the dividends and the stock price to get that $9.99.
Okay, so that is the right answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I went back and forth on if that was or not. So okay, I think that's all I had.
Okay, I'm going to show you something with respect to that one. So this is what I kind of color coded this one, where I'm showing the dividends and the present value, and then the stock price present value, and the year 11 stock price is based on that $1.84. And when we get the present value of the stock price, we get $3.62, and we get $6.37 as the present value of the dividend.
Okay.
That's a little, not to criticize your work, but this is a little bit cleaner example of what you just showed.
Yeah.
You had a few numbers on there you didn't need.
Well, thank you.
You betcha. I'm clearing up just Butte. What's up, Kyle?
How's it going?
All
I
right.
apologize for not having my camera on.
Oh, that's okay.
Single dadding it this weekend.
Oh, no. I like it when kids say hi. I used to I used to have someone. I feel like I've told this story so many times. Everybody knows what I'm about to say. But I used to have a single mom that had 3 kids and was not getting any help from their significant other on school nights. So she would show up 10 minutes early. I would talk to the kids, do a puppet show, and then they would go do their thing.
That is awesome.
I don't mind it at all. I used to have kids get in the way too.
After I ask my question, I'll mute myself, turn on my camera, and show you my daughter.
Okay, I'll say. I don't have any. Okay. Question 7.
Can you see my screen?
I do.
So we're from Monday 596 class. Worst case scenario, we had the negative EBIT. So we did not initially apply taxes to that, but then we realized in the course context, it had said to apply taxes so you get that benefit. And so we added the taxes back in. And previously we had 1.8 million, but now it's 1.506. I was hoping that was the correct method.
Bear with me, I'm playing catch up here. Best worst. So yeah, the worst case is a loss of 1.5. I know it's about right. And then the best case scenario is 2. You guys are correct.
Okay, perfect.
Totally correct there. That's you know what? That's a tough question, and it's kind of a tough question because I really didn't talk as much about that as I should have.
So in any scenario where you have that negative EBIT and then you do apply tax, you will apply taxes and it'll show as a benefit because you're adding that back in.
Correct.
Yeah.
When you lose money, yeah, using the word benefit sounds like it's big old positive, but when you lose money, you do get you do get a little bit of tax break that you can apply against profits in other divisions.
And it's that standard tax rate that you'd apply in any scenario.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
If you lose $1,000 and your tax rate 25%, that reduces your taxes by $250.
Yep. Perfect.
I'm being recorded. I don't think any of you work for the IRS, but I'm filing taxes as a personal business for the first time. And somebody wanted to pay me in 2023 for all my work in 2024. And there were things that I was going to spend money on in 2024. And like the last week of 2023, I'm spending all of this money on things that I don't really need yet to try to reduce my tax burden. For that very reason. So.
Here comes the baby.
Hey, baby. Hello, baby.
My brother came over with his kid.
Oh, we don't see a baby yet. Here it comes. Hello, baby. Everybody's waving at the baby.
Samantha has a baby too.
I'm all about dogs and kids on Saturday morning. So, Jason, you're up.
Yeah, so I have some question. Can I share my screen really quick?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. So while I'm doing this one, so I have some kind of question. I saw what you explained to Sam, and here's my logic. I think I got it. The second one is correct. So for the first one, I'm a little bit kind of confused because I think it is as a 0 kind of growth, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
1 to 10. This number, I don't know. I think I just my logic has something kind of wrong, or.
Let's see where we're at. Hold on. I have 4 different PowerPoints open to check answers right now. This is question. Which question is this?
This is question 9. Question 9.
Russell Cove. Okay. That's not right. Not you. That's me talking to myself, not you.
Yeah, because I think I deal with it kind of too simply. I just divide it and take it just as 0 growth. For the first.
There we go. I finally found it. Okay. Let me look at because you are off a little bit. The dividend 11. So show me where you have the stock price based on both. That's where there's something that's missing here a bit. the year 11 stock price is 1530.
This one, like I
Yeah.
use the 14 minus like a growth, like a whatever, like a 2% kind of growth rate. So then like I get like this answer kind of correctly. So it's like a year 16's kind of price.
So let's hold on. Your stock, I want to figure out why you've got the wrong stock price. The current stock price is wrong. That 814 is wrong. And that's what I'm trying to. So can you go up and show me what you're doing for the 814?
814, actually, I just use like this kind of dividend.
Okay, well, no, where you have stock price, because the current stock price is $9.99, and you're not getting that. And that's where I'm trying to figure out here. And what you should do for the current stock price is you want to discount back, well, you need the present value of each of those dividends.
Present value of all this, right?
Right. So what I would do here, and you're set up correctly,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got the right numbers. You're just, you don't need the stock price each year.
I don't need.
No,
this.
that's where that's where I'm getting a little hung up. Let me show you how to. Okay. So what you want to do for 9A, where we're getting this is so you have these numbers. You have the correct dividends. In year 11, the dividend goes to $1.80 and then starts growing really slowly.
Yeah.
So to solve for the current stock price, you got two steps here. You want the present value of the dividends, and that's everything in green. That's the present value of all of those dividends. So you want to calculate that. And then you need to figure out what the stock price will be in year 11. And that's based on the year 12 dividend. And using the growing perpetuity formula with that, $1.84 divided by, well, I should have a right here. I should show what formula.
Yeah, 11, like I got that number. Yeah.
Yeah. So that number right there, that 1530 is the $1.84 divided by 14% minus 2%. And that's our year 11 stock price. And
here is my kind of logic kind of wrong, because like assume like today I'm going to buy like this stock, right? So do I need to really consider like after 11 years, like 12 years, because I'm purchasing like right now?
You do. No, you do, because you need to have a terminal stock value at some point.
Okay, that point.
And you need to calculate that terminal stock value because we have a different growth rate farther in the future.
Okay, I see. So
that's why we're doing it. Yeah, that's why you have to do it in 2 steps. This is a 2-step dividend discount model, where the first step is just no growth, and the second step is that growing perpetuity formula that gives us the stock price. And then we get the present value of the stock price and get the present value of all the dividends we'll receive. The real way to, in my mind, the best way to think about these is I'm going to own the stock for 11 years and sell it in year 11. What price do I think I'm going to get in year 11? And then what's the present value of all of the dividends that I get over the next 11 years?
I see. Even I purchased that today, but I need to think about like, that 11 year, that's the turning point, right? Okay.
I really think the best way to think about the stock problems, where you've got one growth rate and then another growth rate or something along those lines, is that second stock that stock value that we come up with way out in the future, that just think, well, that's when I'm going to sell the stock. And that way, because even if you're not going to sell the stock, you'll have something that's worth that in the future.
I see. And I think like the other kind of similar question to this one is, let me see, like my question, I also have 2 PowerPoint can open. is like a question 4 for the assignment 2. So I think I get the correct answer. And let me share basically is I'm looking at like a year 6. So the stock price. So it's a 36.54. But like the stock price kind of before that, or year 1 to year 5. So like, are higher than this kind of number, especially for year 5 is 77.30. So
which question?
Is question 4. I can share my screen kind of really quick.
Please.
It can make more sense.
Yeah, it helps me.
Yeah.
Especially because they're,
See, like I'm trying to figure out like this number. Like I think the answer is kind of correct, but see, like when I see like those kind of price, so that's like a year 1 to year 5, like stock price, right? If we do not consider like a
that's correct. So right here, on this problem, you get the you would have a stock that's trading at 36.54 7 years out in the future. Or 6 years out in the future, based on the 7th year dividend. And you also have the present value of all the dividends, which gives you a final stock price. And this is the number I don't see of 2704.
2704 is here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it is here. But my question here is like the stock kind of worth value and the stock kind of price. They are two different kind of things, right?
Well, in the real world, we would have a stock price that we get from the quote, just from where it's trading in the market. When I ask for stock price on questions on the homework, I'm saying, think of it like, what do we think the stock price should be?
Okay, it's like a projection, right?
Yeah, and so you could say that you call it worth value, the worth value, and the what we think current stock price is. That's the same thing.
Oh, okay. So like even though this is 77, if I buy the stock like at the year 5, I think the stock price is like a $77 like 30 cents. But if like year 6, I think the stock price is like something drop like to 36.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we're talking about what we think it's worth today, we discount those numbers back.
Yeah. Okay. So like then like I sum up like all those kind of things plus like this, right? Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. And can I ask one more question? Like,
sure, go ahead.
Let me see, like which one?
There you go.
Sorry, it's not like a 10. Like I think I figured.
I love your
doing.
Hey guys, somebody's not muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to follow his work.
Okay. Oh yeah. So when can you still see my screen, or I need to share another screen? So can you see?
I can see it. I see it. So
like,
yeah, you've got the correct prices in there. The problem is, number 6, and you've got all the correct numbers in there.
I think I need to share another screen. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me share. It's about like the midterm. I think like I made kind of similar kind of mistakes.
Can you send me an email about midterm, because I really want to get to everybody's assignment.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Then I will send you email later.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Maddie is like, has your patience been tested yet?
Not yet.
Yeah. So everybody, I promise. So what's up?
Can I just check some answers?
Absolutely.
Let me share my screen. Can I check on number 4? We got a NPV of 13,000, a little over 13,000.
Yep.
Sorry. Which number were you on? 4?
Number 4 for the Monday night class.
Thanks. That helps me. What are the words in this question?
Emmy's restaurant is considering the purchase.
We love Emmy. She's my youngest daughter. I have too many PowerPoints open, and the numbers are different on mine because I mixed up the questions. Not there. There. Come on. There we go. She loves souffle. She doesn't. She's like three things. She's one of those kids. Yeah, 13, 3, 65, 26. After all of that, I found your answer.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
And then can I check number 5 real quick?
Sure.
It's
I'm kidding. It's right here in front of me.
we got
Hold on. See, the funny thing is on my number 5 is Emmy on my PowerPoint. So I mixed up some questions. So this is Howell. There we go. Yeah, this is okay. Oh, yeah, you got it.
awesome.
What?
Look at you guys.
Thank you.
You betcha. What's up, Robin?
Hey there. I have a question. I'm going to share my screen.
It's so pretty in DC today.
So for number 6, I got the same answer as a couple of my group members, but my number is negative on part A, and I'm just confused on what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, it's okay that you did that. You just did the bond price, and when you solve for bond price, if you've got a positive number for future value and a positive number for cash flows, the present value formula is going to give you a negative number. But you're totally fine with that. Just just go to C20 and put a negative in front of that. That's your final answer there.
You said B20 or C20?
C20. Yeah, if you put those in parentheses and put a negative in front of it, you'll be fine. There you go.
Okay, and I think that was my only question. Oh, and then I've sent you 2 emails.
I'll get on it, I promise.
Okay.
Yesterday was a horrible travel day, and I promise. You'll hear from me.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Serena, what's up?
Hi. So my question is about I'll share my screen. Question 1. I mean, it applies to a few different questions, but I wanted to just double check that I know that in order to get the full payback, it's not, I mean, you're gonna have to take 2 years to get the full payback, but did you want the rounded number, or do you want the exact number?
I want the rounded up number.
Okay.
2 and 3.
Okay, and that's my only question. Thank you.
It's like the year that it happened.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Elizabeth, you're up.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me pull mine up. I was hoping if you could check like 2 answers for me, if possible.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't mind checking answers if you. I am the most helpful person in the world if you've done work. If you show up and say, "Show me how to do," no, go talk to your group.
Hold on. Can you see it? Hopefully. Maybe.
No, I'm trying to find it on.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I'm Mondays.
Well, no, I know that. I'm trying to find it. I don't know where I've got it.
Yeah, and it'd be question 8. It's talking about using
on the spreadsheet. Yeah, can you highlight what you're doing in there? I just, no, not down with your answers. That's all. I just want to, I don't have those answers. I haven't worked them yet. Average.
Yes, please. Yes, I'm coming.
Put a little P after the standard deviation, dot P on both of those.
Oh, should be dot P.
Yeah.
Good catch.
I'm gonna throttle the.
Oh, I'll put it in here.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead and do it while we're here. You're gonna forget it. You're gonna forget.
Well, it's not working for me for whatever reason.
No,
Yeah.
it did. It did. Oh, is somebody else working on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a strong team, Professor Rhodes.
You guys really are. I wouldn't let anybody touch my spreadsheet. But
We
never
mean
mind.
business.
I can tell.
So a quick question on this. Sorry, before you move on, the variance.
Oh.
Should that be in percentage or is that just the value?
It can be either. It really they like to show it in a number, but which question is that? 8.
8.
Okay. All right.
Professor, I have a question on this.
Don't worry about the format on variance. As far as whether it's a percentage or not. And then somebody was trying to talk and I just talked.
Yeah, this is Priya. Sorry, Professor. I just had another question on the same question. So I was trying to do the alternate way you were showing in one of like the videos.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And that didn't match the numbers when we use P.
Were they off slightly?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple
That's probably more of a rounding thing than anything else. And were you using the example from chapter 10 or chapter 11?
I don't remember.
Well,
I think that video.
Chapter 10 is wrong.
Yeah, that video was chapter 10 and it didn't use the .p.
Yeah. Chapter 10.
Yeah, no,
chapter 10 is wrong. So
okay.
If you use that method, then it's just wrong. And it's just wrong.
Okay. Thank you.
How's that?
And my other question was on question 9.
Okay, go ahead.
This one has quite a few to it. It's talking about the returns for a large company and then treasury bills over a 6-year period.
What's the name of the company? I have to look this one.
It doesn't say a company name. It just says year 1 through 6 and then large co versus T-bill.
Oh, large co is a good word. Okay.
Aderayo.
Let's see. Large company stocks and treasury bills. All right. Yeah, this is where we get the okay, the average return. Go back up. Go back up. I'm stuck on A.
I did the math down below, I think.
Okay, large company average return should be 4.71%. That's what I'm checking the numbers that you have in the problem versus my numbers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can go down to where you actually.
Yeah, the 3 point what is it? 71 comes from here.
And that is the total of those. 398. Huh. Is it possible I did it? Does anybody else have 371 and I have it wrong? That is a possibility.
I was gonna say one of my other teammates tried to he said it was good,
She has
but I
negative
didn't know.
for year 5. She has negative 0.3786. It should be negative 3186.
Transposing them numbers. There you go.
I have it wrong, or
right. Go to B8. That should be minus 3.3186.
3 point. Oh, 3 point.
No. 0.0 or 0.3186. I think you had something different. So there we go.
She had 3786.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that.
We copied it from the.
Nobody ever catches an error while I'm trying to chime in. This is it. We're all in this together.
So it auto-populated back, so it should be the 5.72.
Well, yeah, the
Or
4.71,
4.71,
the
I
5,
think we
yeah,
said.
those, yeah, there you go. That's why I was getting all hung up there for a
Thank
second.
you.
No problem. And then
Oh, you're right, because I do have it down here. Yeah, okay.
there we go.
But it all feeds up to here.
And then
My sick husband in the background.
we're so loud, aren't we?
Just in time. He's a finance major at Notre Dame right now, so he loves hearing it in the background.
Boo! No, I'm just kidding. Are they hiring? It'd be such a shorter drive for me.
He said that, he goes, there's so many IU professors that come to Notre Dame. I wonder if he wants to come.
I am where I am for the rest of my career. That's I joke around sometimes about should I go somewhere else.
They don't
Standard
have
deviation-
online programs, so.
They used to have a great. So I'm getting for standard deviation on your large company and standard deviation on the T-bills, I'm getting very different numbers. Can you highlight the variance?
I think this might be the .p thing again.
Yeah, that's well, you're doing it as a table. Yeah, standard deviation should be 24.69% and 1.22%. So
Sorry, can you repeat that again? You said 20 what?
The standard deviation for large company is 24.69%, and the standard deviation for the T-bills is 1.22%. And well, change that 5 to 6. That's the error in chapter 10.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be, yes.
No, it's not -1. So it's still off, but yeah, I'm trying it. If you use the standard deviation function, you can you can get those answers.
Yeah.
And that's how I did. That's so yeah, dev.p. And highlight them. So if you're doing is that the company one?
This is the large co.
Yeah, highlight B30 through B35, and that'll give you the answer, I hope. If not, we're going to be doing some more searching. What is the deal there?
Yeah, I was getting 22.54 as well.
Yeah, I have the same number, 22.
That's what I number as well.
Yeah, same here.
Me too.
Well, then we're going to go with your numbers. Hold on a second. Let me. I'm actually I'm opening up Excel and doing something here. See, now your husband's listening and he's going, we don't want that jackass at Notre Dame.
He tells me there's a reason one of us is finance and the other is not.
So, all right, bear with me a second. Equals. You know what? That's right. 22.54% should be the correct answer for. And I need to make a note to myself to fix this.
For that same problem, I did get 24.69 and 1.22 for the letter D answer.
Huh.
So that's without using the P, right?
I think so. I think that's why it should be.
So I used P on here.
Always use the P. Yeah, I didn't use the P on my previous when I did it before. So
yeah,
the answer
that's
would
what I
be
was trying to.
2254 and 1 point. This is embarrassing. At the average. And 1.11. And then for the risk premium. What's the standard deviation of the risk premium?
22.
Yeah.
82.
22.82. Fixed it. Cool. I'm
Me
just
too, yeah.
fixing it before I talk about it. And the risk premium is the large co minus the T-bill, and that ends up being a negative number when you average that out. Yeah, you have that correct.
Okay.
Um,
And then standard dev.
That, yeah, and the standard deviation of the risk premium is 22.82, as someone smarter than myself said.
Do I need to correct that, Yudson?
Yeah.
That would be,
That, you know, the standard deviation.
of the premium?
No, highlight, go up to the table, or, yeah, you've got where you have your deviations, but those are wrong. Let me show you on the final part. Your husband's not like taking your tests and stuff, is he? Because he's a finance person.
No, he goes to school in person, so he's not
Okay.
in the house often.
So,
I mean, yeah,
and-
I have him sit down and, we're too competitive.
He knows IU's ranked higher than Notre Dame, right?
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Yeah. So here, and somebody tell me if I just typed the wrong numbers in, because I just did this in the spreadsheet and corrected it on my answer sheet. But nobody's correcting me.
That looks
So yeah, for the risk premiums, right here, we're subtracting those from the, subtracting the T-bill from large co. It is possible over a period of time to have a negative risk premium. And that's what we have there. And then the standard deviation of those numbers is that 22.82. Save that. Okay. Cool. Did you have other, I'm sorry, you're trying to concentrate and I'm just talking at you.
You're fine.
Okay. Are you coolish?
Hmm?
Are you good?
I think so.
Okay.
I just need to fix that, yeah, standard dev of the risk premium.
Because Katie is just dying to ask a question. You're up. Oh, you took your hand down.
I'm getting here. I'm getting here.
Okay. No, you took your hand down, and I was like, well, maybe she doesn't have a question. So,
no, I have a question on question 5. I know you told Maddie that her answer was right, and I did not have the same answer as her. So I just wanted to have you look at this, if my MacBook will handle a screen share. Okay, so here's the NPV that I had, and you told Maddie the answer should be 811. So I'm guessing it's.
No,
I did.
Oh, you typed it in there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at okay. Your operating cash flow in F16. You need to. What are you adding up there? So the way the income before taxes should be the same as the previous year, I believe.
Okay, so I don't need to put the working capital back into that?
No, that no, and that's because the changes in working capital don't have a direct impact on our earnings.
Okay.
That's
so the
just a number
working
that's going
capital
up and down. Yeah.
gets added back into those, yeah.
Yeah, and that gets you to the 811. There it is.
Okay, perfect. Random question, but since we have 2 parts, do you want them on the same Excel sheet?
You can do it either way.
Okay.
It would help if you put them all on the same sheet, but
Do that. And then on question 12, this is kind of the process I went through. I just wanted to make sure that this is what we were supposed to be doing. This is the beta for the for Ford.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let me see your slope calc. Oh, you did it differently. I use the slope function to answer those. Is that what the beta, what other people are getting for the beta?
I got 1.077 for the beta.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, try and this might be a and the expected what did you guys get for the expected return? I just don't have this one open.
8.54%.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
So let me find that sheet. I have not worked the spreadsheet ones yet. I swear, this is the last trip I'm taking for like a year. Travel screws me up so much. This is a Ford question, right? My favorite stock. Come on. Which question is that? That's question 12. Of course. There we go. Okay. Make sure we have the right. So we're asking for beta. Oops, that's not right.
What do you have in column D and E?
Excess
Do we-
return.
Do we have to use that P for covariance too? Because I
You should.
see.
Yeah, you should. I thought she did.
Yeah, I have the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what I did
got-
differently was I didn't use any excess returns. There was no subtraction. I just used the data directly.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is what you got 1.076 or something like that.
Yes.
That's what I got that using the slope too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
show how
me
to
too.
use slope real quick, which is a bit simpler.
Typical.
I just answered, I just did the slope function real quick while you guys were talking. So you can you can go through the long version of doing the math like you were showing to get the beta. But slope function, as long as you make sure that you highlight the stock and then the mark. So B is the stock. And C is the market. And so if you do slope and you highlight the stock returns and then you highlight the S&P 500 returns, that will give you the data.
Okay, perfect. And then the expected return should then be 8.54.
That's what I got, if that's helpful at all, and I think someone else said the same.
Yeah, I got that too.
Oh, I'm not doing it through the formula. Yeah, you got to have the average premium. But what'd you guys say? 8.54?
Yep.
Now I'm cheating. I'll do that way. Okay. Cool.
So, Professor, you had used the slope function and you got, 1.0756, I think, right? But using the covariance approach, it both rounds up to 1.77.
Yeah, that's what I get with the slope function too.
But does that minor difference make a difference?
Not a huge difference, no.
Thank you.
You have a slightly.
I'm not sure who was talking about. Whenever I did both ways, it was the exact same number for me.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, using the slope function and then doing it the formula way. It was both exactly like.
Oh, I typed that. Sorry.
Okay, thanks for that. I'll check what I'm doing wrong.
Cool. Yeah, I actually have to work the spreadsheets. I haven't worked the spreadsheets yet. Jacob, you're up.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
I will share my screen.
As soon as I stop sharing mine. I can see in someone's apartment. You guys have no idea how distracting this is. When I taught at Loyola, I could see directly into someone's apartment, and I don't think they ever were there, but they always left their TV on. Like I was teaching and watching the 6 o'clock news at the same time.
So I'm in the Wednesday night class and I have a question on 4.
Sure.
So I got the year 10 stock price. I didn't get the present value for 4A. Well, at least I don't think I did. It was like, I thought it's supposed to be like 27.
Oh, that's, you know what? That's a year 6 stock price based on the year 7 dividend. So if you change the discount, where you're raising it to the 7th power, if you change that to the 6th power, I think you're going to get the right answer. There, I feel like I just redeemed myself. Okay. After fumbling through that last one. Does that help?
Is that the present? Is that the right answer for 4A?
1580 is the right answer for that one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's it then.
James, what's up? Your bracket is horrible.
I mean, I'm still up there, aren't I?
Yeah, I don't know. Who do you have to win this thing?
Tennessee, good old
Oh,
Rocky
God,
Top.
That's why Tennessee makes me throw up in my mouth. You're just jonesing to get kicked out. I can't wait to tell my kids that the Cubs guy loves Tennessee too. All right, go ahead.
So you were talking with Jacob on this one. The year 7 stock price you said is supposed to be 1580.
Yeah, it's the year 6. It's the year 6 stock price based on the year 7 dividend.
Okay, so for year 9, I have the 4111. That's the correct answer.
Mm-hmm. That's based on the year 10 dividend.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I have a 15 for year 6. I have 1579. Okay.
Oh, Forrest.
So let me. So yeah, okay. I just need to go back in on that year 7 stock price and fix that. Okay, my question was, let me figure out how to share my screen here.
Forrest, aren't you supposed to be a Missouri fan?
No, that's distant relatives.
I thought your mom went to Missouri.
She did. I'm joking.
I know. That's what I thought. Was she a cheerleader there?
Yes.
Yes, what I thought. I know things. She and my mom and her used to correspond when she was in college. That's why I remember that. I swear to God, I'm not obsessed with your mother. My sister was. All right, who's up?
It's me. I'm up. I was just fixing. I don't know what this is. Can I just? No, I just.
Yeah, no, you got that correct. The babysitter that got away. So
I just need to highlight it. All right, so the answer for this one is like 16 something, but I got 10.
9, hold on. Yeah, bear with me a sec. Get to there. Come on. Ah.
What question is this? Is this 9 that we're on?
Yeah, what question is this? Oh, it's 9.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. I see the and this is for the okay. I kept looking at 5.
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, because I saw the big red 5. Okay.
5, I just have to do some work on 5.
Here we go. All right. This is question 9. Okay.
Like,
okay,
I just need to see if.
Well, you've got what you need to do is you need to solve for the year 11 stock price instead of you're good on the 114, and then year 10 dividend is still $1.14.
Okay.
And then year 11 dividend is $1.80. That's given. And then the year 12 dividend is $1.80 increased by 2%.
Okay.
So what you need to, and because you're close, I'm going to show you, you'll be able to see this better if I show you what I'm looking at.
Okay.
So what you did was you didn't have the right dividend for year 11, and it's given in the question, and then year 12 was increased by 2%. And you use the dividend from year 12 to solve for the year 11 stock price. using that, and I really wish I had the formula here, but it's $1.84 divided by 14% minus 2%.
$1.84.
And then you discount back all of the, or get the present value of all of the dividends. And then you get the, and then you take the present value of the stock, and together that's $9.99.
Okay, so part one answer is supposed to be $9.99.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
You betcha. KG, what's up? Hold on, who's next? Did I just do that out of order? I think Maggie, I think you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maggie's next. Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
I think. Yeah, it's the way it showed up. Whoever wants to be polite. Maggie, my favorite daughter is named Maggie. Go ahead.
Is she a Margaret Mary by chance, or any combination? I feel
Is
like
she
if
what? No, she's Margaret. She's Margaret Susan.
Margaret Susan. My grandma was Margaret Ann. I'm Margaret Mary, or Peggy Ann for short.
She wants to change it because she becomes Catholic this evening, and she wants to put a saint in there.
Who's mine? I forget what I did.
Congrats to her.
I
Do
did a
I?
stupid one.
I was just saying congrats.
All right. What's your question, Maggie, before I
Okay, this should be quick. One is a question for me, the other is a question from one of my teammates. So I'm in the first class. I didn't realize that we had different homeworks because my question 9 did not look like that. I'm in the
Oh yeah,
sixth.
there's two completely different homeworks.
That makes sense. That was clicking. So I was getting very nervous when I was watching 11 years, and I don't have any question with 11 years. But first section, 6 p.m. on Mondays. It's the last question, question 13. It's part B. I'm just a little confused as to how we're supposed to answer it. So it's the
Oh yeah, that one. Everybody keeps is overthinking that one a bit. Where's my question 13? Is that the one where it asks, why would you be willing to buy that stock?
I can share my screen if that's easier.
Yeah,
I
share
have
your
it
screen
down.
because
Let me figure out how to do this.
I gotta stop trying to guess answers from memory and just because I think I confuse people even more.
Let me see. I'm very bad with Zoom. Is it working? Can you guys see my screen?
It's thinking about it.
Oh, geez.
It just says you started sharing your screen. There we go. Okay.
So let me know if this is too tiny too.
Its cost value for what should the firm use as the discount to project? What you're solving for there is you're taking the cost of debt
Okay.
and the cost of equity, and you're determining a firm-wide weighted average cost of capital. And I had that one up earlier.
I joined the session a little late.
Oh, that's okay. No, I'm saying I had it up a little earlier. I'm talking to myself trying to find the darn thing.
I can stop sharing too.
Whack. Not that one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. See, it's question 9 on my stuff. So this is the question where we figure out that the firm is 47.86% stock and 52.1% bond. And the expected stock return, which is also the expected return for equity, is 16.48%, and the yield to maturity on the bonds is 2.21%. So this is the bond rate that you're going to use, and this is the stock rate that you're going to use. And
Okay.
the weighted average cost of capital formula we're 47.86% stock times that stock return, and then we add 52.14% times the yield to maturity on the bonds, and we adjust that for taxes, and that'll give us 8.78%.
Okay.
First off, it's a math question, and you were, I think you had words.
Yeah, I was, yep, words definitely involved. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was typing out, yeah, I had a feeling what I was doing wasn't correct. Okay, that makes sense. I will tackle it that way. And the second one, let me see if I recorded this question down right. I believe this ties in to, so on the same homework, 6 and 7, but specifically, how are we supposed to deal with tax when the income before the tax is negative? Like, does the negative tax affect the net income?
We actually consider the, if you're losing money, we actually consider that a positive cash flow because it reduces our tax burden.
How is it again?
So in a situation where we're losing money, losing money on a project will offset the profit from other projects and reduce our tax rate, or reduce our tax burden, not our tax rate. So when you have a loss, you can add back in how much your tax savings is or your tax benefit is from that loss.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Those are my two minor questions. I'm sure more will pop up, but thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Maddie, what's up?
Can I check more answers?
Sure.
Awesome. All right, let me share my screen. Make it bigger. So on number 10, we got the return rate of 13.35.
I have to switch.
I have that, if that is helpful.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I just want to say, yeah, that's right, because that sure sounds right, but I just want to make 100% sure. Yeah, that's right.
And then on 11, we got a return of 14.92.
I think that's right as well. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong or if they got something different, but I'm.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I got. There. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yes,
think
sir.
up. So I just want to confirm. Let me share my screen. That's question 1. The net present value for both projects is 1205 and 2430.
Yes. 2, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that was all I had. Thank
Oh,
you.
cool, man. Janet's going to ask an even easier question, right?
Yes, I'll try to. Let me get this set up so I can share my screen here. I just want to check problem 3 and 4.
Okay.
I'm like you, I got too many tabs up. I can't find the share screen button. There we go. So this is what I got for number 3.
Here. That's not the right 3. I think it's this one.
Oh yeah, I'm in the Tuesday,
Oh, no, I
Wednesday
know.
night.
No, I know what class you're in. So, this is the Chuck Rhodes question. Yeah. So stock price, you're off just a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out.
I got 40.06.
Yeah, the answer is 40.06, and I'm just trying to see where. I think that stock price where you have 33.05. I have 33.46 for that. So what are we doing there? Oh, you're using the discount formula. That's 4 year, or you're using discount. The stock price, P4, that should be 52.65.
There's
What are you
my
doing there?
there's my formula. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, what you want to do there is you need to have a 5th-year dividend, which is, what's the question? Yeah, after the 4th year, the dividends are going to increase by 4% a year. So take that 4th year, put a 5 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next cell, do equals B15, went up, times 1.04. That's increasing it by 4%. And then that right there, just completely start over. Just, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay,
I
so
think
then
you might. I'm gonna be quiet.
this. Let's see if I can remember this formula.
That's why I'm not talking, which is very difficult. Nope.
Nope.
We're gonna do this is where we do the growing perpetuity. So it's B16 divided by 12% minus 4%.
So divided by
Yeah, go ahead and open up 12% minus 4%. And this is our growing perpetuity formula, which is what we use to calculate the terminal value of a stock.
Okay.
And now that you have the right terminal value of the stock, you have the value of the stock today.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. And then I just want to confirm that I have the correct answer for number 4 as well.
You do.
Okay. All right, perfect.
Isn't that
That's
cool?
all.
How I just said, yay! 2704 and
Yeah.
4111. Yep.
All right, thank you. That's all I had.
Okay. Jason, what's up?
All right, so I'm going to ask some kind of further questions. So let me share my screen. So I'm going to dive in like in some kind of questions, starting from this one. So for number 2, question 2, so I want to make sure like, this kind of graph, just to confirm is kind of correct.
Yeah.
But that'll be correct, right?
Yeah.
And for like a number D, like if my explanation, I guess like, that kind of writing things like, will that kind of also kind of valid or it's not kind of clear?
That is
That's fine.
exactly that's exactly what's going on here.
Okay, so this was
because their return forecast is the same. They're willing to pay the same price for the stock regardless of how long they're going to hold it.
Okay. All right. So then like I'm clear this one.
Good answer.
And for number 4, like I'm circling back to this one. So like here's my question. So like can I take like the first part, think it as a growing annuity?
You can if you want to.
But like there's no term called as growing perpetuity. There's no such term, right?
Yeah, there is.
There is. So
yeah,
I can
the growing perpetuity formula. In fact, I think you're using it where you get the C17. That is the growing perpetuity formula. That C divided by 15%.
Oh, this is by like a growing perpetuity. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm clearing like this one. And I'm going to ask like 2 more questions. So like for example, the stock kind of value, if I'm going to sell like the stock before the end of year 6. So I'm going to sell it at like 48 or like at 27. Like when I do 48, it's like that. Or like see like that's how I calculate like the value. But like this one is like the stock price. So if I'm going to sell anytime between like before like year 6, let's say like year 5 or year 4, I'm going to sell at the price or I'm going to sell at the value.
You're going to sell if you're selling 4 or 5 years into the future, you're going to sell at the price that you calculate. But the value of that in present value terms is where the stock should be trading today based on your analysis.
Okay, so the value actually, I mean, this is the value, right? So like that's the value. but like, you
Correct.
know,
The
in the
sum of
market,
the sum of all of those numbers is the value. And you could, and if you know, if you wanted to sell in year 4, then you could discount back that 4201, but make sure that you only include the dividends over the next couple of years as opposed to, you know, all of those dividends. So you can, and it should be the same answer continuously.
okay. So basically, like this one is like I discount this number kind of back. Basically, this one plus all those kind of numbers, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I still sell at the value, not sell this is just a projected kind of price, right? And the real price is depending on ask and bid in the market. But I have an idea how much the worth I can determine like whether sell it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it. But like if I sell like, you know, after year 6, so I guess like it's the same kind of concept, right? So like I still like always evaluate at the value, not like the projected kind of price. So that one is just for our kind of calculation convenience. It's not the actual kind of price.
Right. Right.
Okay. Here, this one. Thank you. And I'm going to skip this one. So for this one, like a number 10, I know the answer are kind of correct, but like that's why I'm drawing like, you know, this kind of, you know, line, all those kind of stuff. So this is like based on, let's say like, you know, it's like that's kind of the face kind of value. That's the coupon kind of value. And when I calculate like the coupon kind of present value and the face kind of present value, when I sum those kind of things up, you know, those numbers are totally off from like, you know, those kind of answers. So I guess there are some kind of logic kind of wrong here.
Present value of the 1,000.
So for example, like this is, I just
yeah, no, I see what you're doing here. What are you summing up to get the bond present value?
Yeah, when I sum up like the face value discounted back plus all the coupon, like a discounted kind of back.
One of them, 956.45. We have the correct one there. The 923.94. They're correct. That 917.
Nice.
That's the one that I'm not sure. You have C correct, but you don't have the other one correct on the table format. I see what you're doing. You're getting the present value of all the different individual cash flows, and I don't know why one of them worked and the rest of them didn't.
Is it because of the rate? I may use the wrong rate because there is a coupon.
It's the same rate for A, B, and C.
Yeah.
So which one's wrong?
His answers are right on the left. They just don't match what he's doing on the table on the right.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I got the same answers. I was like, wait, what happened?
No, but there's just something. Send me the spreadsheet,
okay.
Yeah, because this one's going to take some digging.
Yeah,
and I'm sure. And what I think you're doing is, I think you're maybe having one too many coupons in there when you're coming up with the values because they're a little bit higher.
I can email you the spreadsheet, like you know,
the spreadsheet. That one's kind of I see what you're doing. It's almost like you're doing a proof to match up with the function in Excel, and by doing the proof, you're getting a slightly different answer, and you want to know why. But I can dig into that one. But
okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
And my last one, so like for number, like you know, this is just to confirm like my answer. So if I stated as this one, like does that kind of make sense? Like I still have value, like I use year 8, it's still like the same kind of price. It's the same kind of stock price, right?
Yeah.
Or like value.
Hold on, let me look at the questionnaire real quick. I was looking at something different on there. Is this question 10, right?
It's 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah, 7.
Yes, it should be 2372 and 1327.
Yeah, the year 8 stock price. Show me how you're calculating that. Okay, you don't. The year 8 stock price is the year 9 dividend divided by 13% minus a minus 7%.
Year 9 dividend. So this
Yeah.
is year 9 dividend.
Yeah, and you divide it, you divide it by 13% minus a minus 7%, which
Yeah,
is
so
really,
this
that's
is
the right answer. Yeah,
uh-huh.
that's the right answer.
What's the
Not-
1327 is the right answer?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
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 But when I stated like answer question C, like I use like the stock price or like present value. I use the present value. It's the same as the first one. So I said like it still remain the same kind of value. That's why people are interested to buying it, right?
That and there's value in all the cash flows that you're going to receive.
Okay. All the cash flow. Okay.
Yeah. If you're going to receive a cash flow at some point in the future, there is some sort of value in it. And it doesn't matter if it's going down.
So even like your capital depreciated, but like it still have cash flow, it has value, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And this is my question. So when we say like the required return rate on this is like a 13%, and I said like the point now losing purchasing power. So like when we say the required return rate, so that required return rate or yield to mature rate, all those kind of same kind of concept. So is the point is that kind of point of kind of percent is now losing purchasing power? Am I understanding?
There's nothing to do with purchasing power on this. It's just there is value in receiving dividends, even though they're going down over time. And if you pay $23.72 for this stock, even though the dividends are going down over time and the stock price is going to go down over time, your annualized return is going to be 13%.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this is like answer this specific kind of question.
Yeah.
But like if we just talk about like a required return rate, so we hear this kind of concept a lot. So that kind of required return rate is like we learned like from like a Thursday night. So is that like a break even kind of point kind of rate?
It's the required return. It is the return that you want to receive from an investment based on current market prices. So you want to make at least a 13% return if you buy this stock. At what price would you receive a 13% return based on those dividends or cash flow analysis?
So you'd be interested in buying the stock because you're going to get a 13% return across time.
Yeah, even though the dividends are going down, your annual return is going to be 13%.
So basically what you're saying is there's a value and a rate of return of 13%, and that's why you'd be interested in buying the stock.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that how you should type your answer for C then?
Yeah, I'll show you my answer for C.
Okay.
It's even shorter.
Okay. Cool.
There you go. Oh my God! And I thought about it for hours, and it's a sentence.
Yeah, because like this Thursday when I asked the question during the class, I'm trying to understand when we do the the internal return rate, and we say like that kind of required return rate is like at that kind of rate, we can make sense. We make more like discuss kind of more. If it's kind of lower than that or like less than that, like we're basically kind of losing money, or like net present value is going to be negative. So that's why I think like whether that kind of is the break even, I can equal that one to like just a break even kind of point.
Yep. So that's it. Yeah, that's that's you don't want to pay over that price.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
What's up, Jacob?
Hey, I'm back. Gonna share my screen.
Yes.
I have a question on 7D. This is one with the two investors and the fair price. I'm not getting the answer.
That's all right. This is a hard question. First thing I have to do is find that freaking thing in my. I have 5 PowerPoints open right now. Yeah, Supremo. What I've started doing is I've just started looking for the one of the words in the.
There you
Jake,
go.
which problem is this?
2D.
2D.
Not there. See, the thing is, it's not in my materials. It's not 2D. Actually, it is. All right. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Investor one. So first off, just conceptually, before we get into the numbers, the reason that their prices are the same, it's because both investors are using the same outlook but different time frames. So the same, and because you're using the same growth and same discount rate, you're going to come up with the same present value whether you're holding onto the stock for 3 years or for 7 years. Now, now we're going to find the number. I think the concept behind this was really important. So you've got the dividends right. Can you highlight where you have the stock price? 6402, that's C64. Show me what you're doing there. Okay, you want to use the following year's dividend, which is 255. In fact, you can, where you've got 255 under investor 2, you could use that number right there to come up. So, and this is where we're getting the stock price in year 3 based on the year 4 dividend. And that 65.31 is that's the correct stock price. And so that's what we need for the moment. And then 70.69 is correct for the year 7 stock price.
Okay.
Now the second step is we get the present value of each of the cash flows. And if you sum up, you've got everything you need here. If you sum up, go to where you have 5709 on D there. Sum all of those, include, just add all of those together. It's the sum of all of those numbers, not just the last dividend. There you go. And that should give you just all of it.
But I need the 255 though, right?
No, go back where you were. Sorry, go back where you were. Yeah, just sum all of those. Including the stock, including the stock. There you go. And I'll explain it after you highlight it. So what if you buy the stock today and you get 240, 245, 250, and then the 65.31 stock price at the end of the life, or 3 years down the road when you're thinking about selling it, the present value of all of those cash flows is 61.54.
Okay.
And where you've got investor 2, get rid of the stock price stuff that you're I would maybe just make them, zeros or something. Just because the setup. So there. And then I'm just looking at your present values real quick. 235, 188, 185, or what? Your dividend in year 7 is 270. Year 8 is year 7 dividend is, you're still increasing. We'll go to F69 where you have the 276. Or D42. Where is D42? It's somewhere I can't see. Go up there for a second. Okay. The where you have the year 7 dividend, that should be you know what? The year 1 dividend is 240.
Oh, I get what I did here.
Yeah, and it looks like they got shifted below, but the year 1 dividend is 240, and the year 1 dividend, in both cases is 240. It looks like on your table below you changed that to what year it was.
Okay, so I need the year 8 dividend and then add it up.
Right, and the year 8 dividend is actually 276.
Okay.
Hey, Russell, if I stay on, can you walk me through this one a little later?
Yeah, I'm cool. So yeah, that gives, so now you have all the numbers you need, the 240 and I know they're kind of linking up funny.
So is this the present value for the year 7?
No, you need to add up all of those numbers above it, like we did on the last, like we did for the 6154 before. But that's those are all that's the present value of all the cash flows that you would get. And I know it's off a little bit. I assume that's a rounding thing. The you know what, where you have the 276 dividend, that year 7 dividend should be 270. I bet you it's D41 for that. Now what are we off? Don't move anything for a second. I'm looking at 203, 195, 188, 181. The stock price where you have the 46.35, that should be, you should have a year 8 dividend in there. No. Go back. You're basing that on, or the year 7 stock price. Go highlight that where you've got where F71 is. Sorry, I know I'm pushing you all over the place here.
F71.
Yeah, that's the 69.23. What you want is you need a year 8 dividend.
Okay.
So in the year 8 dividend is 270 increased by, I've forgotten what is it 5.9%? Yeah, you need so
What's being crazy?
So there you want one more yeah. No time.
Is this the 1 point? No.
No, it's first off, you want F69, you want to do times, not plus. And it's 1.059, I believe. Or 59, but yeah. That's not right. Bear with me a second now. What's the growth rate on this one? The growth rate 2%. I'm sorry. 5.9% is the discount. Yeah, make that. Oh, yeah, my bad. Okay, and now, did you type? Yeah, see, you type when you start typing hard numbers in there, you start missing out on things that are to the right of the decimal point.
Okay.
So where you have 270, yeah, you want to do the previous one, you know, the 265 times 1.02. But when you guys type numbers in, things start to get off a little bit. That should get us there. So now, still not. So then the year 7 stock price, go to where you have 69.30. And that should be F70 divided by. Okay, that's your terminal stock price. And you need to get the present value of 70.69 discounted, divided by 1.059. This is where this is where I wanted the, and then you want to raise that to the 7th power. There you go.
Cool. Okay. I'll fix it so that the numbers are there, but I get it.
Sorry, I fumbled around a bit on that.
No, it's fine. My numbers are up the screen. So
it's good. My answer is a column. My answer is column, and yours is a row. Yours is column, and mine's a row. That's why
aha,
it
gotcha.
looks a little bit different to me. So
okay.
Cool. Did you have
I
another
get it.
question?
That's it then. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. What's up, Katie?
Hi again. I just wanted to confirm on question 6 on the Monday night class, if I did this right.
Mm-mm.
This is the Peyton manufacturing question.
Yeah. Ooh. That- there. There we go. Okay. So
I got different answers, Katie.
yeah,
but
no, this
minus-
one's way off.
Oh, good.
It's good you're asking about it. Okay, we're not trying to match up the same number of years.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're using we're going to use the payment function to determine the equivalent annual cost for the 4-year versus the 6-year.
Okay.
And the annual operating costs are, okay, year zero for the first one is minus $256,000. And the other one is minus 360.
Okay.
Now what we need to do is we need to figure out the operating cash flow for each of those years based on the annual 79,000 plus the upfront cost divided by 4, but you also have to tax adjust them. So this is how you come up with the cash flows for each year. So we have the 79,000 a year on system A, and this is nothing but a cost. We've got to pay up front, and then we've got to, we've got an annual cost for each of these.
Okay.
And the annual operating cost for the for system A is at 79,000 a year, and because it's a cost, we get a tax benefit on 24% of it. So the cost after taxes is 76% of 79,000. We also are able to we get a depreciation benefit from the 256 that we spent, and it's straight line depreciation. So each year we depreciate this by 256,000 divided by 4, and that reduces our tax burden based on the depreciation. We subtract depreciation when we're figuring out net income. So 24% of that counts as a benefit as well. So that's why we're adding that back. And so the operating cash flow for system A each year is 44,680. And then for B, it's 41,080. And again, it's the number each year, but we adjust for taxes, and then we add back the depreciation, like we do when we're doing when we're taking net income and turning it into cash flow.
Okay.
So when we get both of those numbers, we've got the upfront. Oops, come on, move. So we've got the end. I really should, like, it should say year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But this is the present value of these cash flows. And this is the present value of the other cash flows. And if we take that present value and we've got a 10% rate, 10% rate, present value of each of the costs, the payment for the annuity, this would actually be a 10% annuity, using, kind of conceptually annuity, but coming up with the payment This means the equivalent annual cost is 125,000 for A and 123,000 for B, and we like B because it's cheaper. So
Okay.
the steps are figuring out the operating cash flow, which is there are different ways to do it, but in this case, we call this the tax shield method. And using the tax shield method, we come up with different operating costs, but then we've got to incorporate the upfront cost, the negative cash flows this year, because this is nothing but buying something and it doesn't generate any revenues. And then we take it to figuring out the payment part. And I know I moved a little quickly, so now I'm going to just sit here for a minute.
Can you go back to board 31?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did you want to see either of the other ones, or are you good?
I think I am good.
And Elizabeth's up.
Hi.
Jana, did you have your hand up? And was that your question?
You answered mine. I'm good.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought you were. For some reason I thought you were next, but you're not. I just
No.
don't like Elizabeth, and I always try to skip over her. I think I told her the first class there was a girl in high school named Elizabeth Owens that hated me. I was dating one of her friends. That's right. And it was actually the person that ran off with the dude to Mardi Gras. So maybe she was trying to help me out there. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I just want to check one question answer.
Sure.
Let me share my screen. Okay, you able to see it? I am in Monday's class at 7:30, and I'm looking at specifically question 2. It asks about cash flows for a discount rate of 13%.
You are all correct.
I am.
Yeah. Is that everything? Was that you just want me to check your answer, and that was
Just
cool?
want to check my answer. That's
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
You betcha. Addie, what's up?
Hello, I wanted to check a question or one of the answers with you from the homework. Who is sharing? Elizabeth, do you mind if I
I
share?
know, I'm trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
usually.
How do I stop? Oh, here.
There you
So for A, I got 38.01 for A.
Yeah, no. Which question is this for?
Number 4.
I gotta go find the Hoosier question. It's not 4 on mine. Give me a second. Grandma and the Hoosiers. There we go. What is question 4? The first A. See what you're doing. That should be. Are you using 418? Yeah, use 402. This is the year 6 stock price based on the year 7 dividend. So yeah, if you just there you go.
Okay, we're doing year 6. Okay.
Yeah, this is the year 6 stock price based on the year 7 dividend.
Yeah, let me reread the question because I'm wondering why.
You guys aren't the only one that have done that. And $240 then following 5 years. Okay. Yeah, following 5 years. So
But yeah, it should be year 6. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I just need to adjust this one. So it's 36.54. That should be right. Yeah. And this one.
And
Okay,
that
that
gives you-
answers my question about why you were raising it to the 6th then.
Yeah, that
Okay.
gives you the 1580. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, okay. My other question, just super quick, I know Jason, you have one more question, is on the class from this week.
Uh-huh.
Are you able to see another spreadsheet?
Yeah.
You should be seeing my notes. Okay.
Oh,
So,
God, I hate this thing.
on the timing problem, I
Yeah.
got a different answer down here than you did, and I was doing this even on the video and
Well, let me
like
see your, I think
pausing.
it's I think it's 60408 or what I had 60360.
Yeah.
Let me show me what you're doing on the NPV. You're doing NPV. What discount rate you're using?
It's over here, sorry, 10.55.
Did you type 10.55 in?
I did an equal to
Okay,
this
okay,
one.
that's why that I thought that might be it. It might be a
I thought I
rounded
did.
thing.
Well, hang on one second. I thought I did that, but I think I undid it because it wasn't fixing it. There it goes. Okay, so that was it.
Mhm.
I need to be using,
Mhm.
I think we were just playing around in class. So
Yeah,
in,
I was just trying to show how, that incremental IRR is the internal rate of return that both projects have the same net present value.
okay,
And
so in, what should I be using when I'm calculating that? Should I be using this?
you should be using what's the discount rate that we give you in the question? Or in the example, there was a discount rate in the example. Or maybe there wasn't, and I was just showing how
I don't know if there was.
I don't think
'cause
there
these are
was. I was just showing how 10.55% is is where they're both equivalent. And it's not saying, but what you would do in reality is you would, if your firm's discount rate 12%, you would use 12%. If your firm's discount rate 11, you would use 11. My earbuds just died.
But we would either be given that number or if we had,
I'm
okay.
switching over to.
Say something.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Oh, I don't know if I
Bear
can
with
hear.
me a second. Why aren't you working? Oh, I know why. Why isn't this working? Hold on. You guys are gonna have to give me a second. My iPod's died, so now I gotta try to put on a different set of headphones. There we go. This is why I have backup earbuds.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Hopefully you guys can hear me now. My earbuds died. Okay.
We hear you. Do you
I
hear?
should be,
Do you hear?
now I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Man, I thought you would think these things would last more than 2 hours. Okay. What were you saying before
I
we
think
were
all I was
rudely
asking
interrupted?
was how were we supposed to, should we just be using the incremental rate of return?
The incremental rate of return, the best use of it is just to know at what rate one project or the other project, when the net present value is going to be equal. That really is. And then in reality, you would just go to the net present value and pick the one that has the higher net present value based on your firm's discount rate. But
So
if your
this
firm,
is saying these two will be equal at 10.55%.
Right.
But neither of them are at 10.55%.
Right. So, so we know that number, but if our firm's discount rate 10%, then that's what we would actually use to compare the project on a net present value basis.
Okay, so then in that case, would you say we would pick project B because it's closer to
No.
the
What we would do is where you have the, you can change the NPV change by this number. If you just put let's say our firm's discount rate's 10%, then we choose B. If our firm's discount rate is like 12%, or no, yeah, 12%, then we would choose A.
Okay. Okay.
I think incremental IRR is making it's making things a little bit more difficult, but it does come up in the real world sometimes. But it's not really a good decision-making tool.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Hey, Abby, do you mind like you share your screen again about like, question 4?
You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, like, question 4, like the answer, like, for that one, is it supposed to be 27 or like a 30?
Well, it's supposed to be the answer, that 3654 is correct, but you do need to discount all of those back to get yeah, if the final answer here, you do need to add up, go down to I-103. I want you to put it under present value. So do equal sum and highlight everything up to 1580. Just go down until you hit, don't use the 1580. There. And then, that's not right.
Plus like 15.08.
Oh, no, because the present value of the dividends, hold on, 209.
Should it be up to year 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So the question does ask, what's the present value of the dividends? What's the present value of the stock? That's the dividend. And then the present value of the stock is at 1580. Thanks, Jason.
Wait, this is the present value of the stock?
No, that's the present value of the dividend.
Okay. And then you said the present value of the stock should be this?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then the answer is 2704 for.
How do we get to 2704?
Well, do equals 1580. Just do like equals and then do that 1580. And then add those two together.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the question asked to break the two out.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna. Boop. There you go. See, that's how I have it.
Yeah.
Slightly different way, but same thing. Does that help-ish?
Yeah, Russell, I'm going to like, further ask the question, like since like Abby asked the question, like I have something kind of similar, or
Okay.
like I need to figure this out. Do you mind I share my screen really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
You probably need to stop share.
Yeah.
So let me share my screen kind of really quick. So for this one, let me make it bigger. So like
okay. That's
yeah.
the correct answer.
Yeah, but like this one, like what's wrong with this one? Like sorry. Like this is 27. Like if I just discounted this one back,
yeah,
the logic kind of wrong because like this is supposed to be stock price, right? But
right, but you're incorporating different outlooks here.
What is
and
what is this?
Well, see, you're doing that, and we've got two different growth rates. And the earlier stock prices don't include the longer term growth rate. It's a two-step problem, and you're doing a single step for the two steps. So you're not answering this question correctly.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's why it's not going to work every single year like that.
I see.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like for that one, again about like whether like the price is now, I am just make an assumption. So for example, this is a random number I just made up. Okay, so if let's say like the real stock market ask for $81 or like ask for like a $65, both those numbers are bigger than this number, right? So
Right.
then whether I should buy because it's higher, I should not buy that, but like I discounted this kind of bag, like 3 years. So then if this number is smaller than then I should buy. If it's kind of higher than that, I probably should not buy.
Exactly.
That's my understanding.
When we solve for these numbers, and if we were doing this in the real world, that's the price, that's the most we would be willing to pay for that stock.
I see. This one is just like our assumption, our kind of willingness, like or projection. And the real price, that's the real price. We need to discount that back and see whether it's kind of within our expectation or like not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm totally kind of clear. Thank you so much.
Hey, cool, no problem. All right, Maggie's the last question. My family's here going, why aren't you going out with us today?
You will be happy because mine is very, very short. I just noticed that you were recording the office hours. Do you post the
I do. And what's going to happen, because it takes about 3.5 hours for the video to render on YouTube. But after that does that, I'll send out a link where you can see it on YouTube. For some reason, these office hour videos do not, Canvas rejects them. I don't know if it's because they're too long. I don't know what the freaking deal is, but whenever I try to post office hours, it kicks it out.
Russell,
is the notification through Canvas? Because I'm obviously
I sent the link out, I think, in an email.
Yeah.
Okay, this is definitely a me issue. Well,
So don't worry about it. I know a lot of people can see it. In fact, bear with me, and I'll put the link to last week's in the chat if you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's actually, I probably should just make them public instead of trying to hide them.
No, this is my fault.
Answer. Sorry, which just popped up on my YouTube.
Hey, Russell, did you still have time to walk me through number 2?
Yeah, I can do that. Just one sec. Let me my videos.
That's okay. I'll keep a lookout because after this, I'm gonna go through the ones talked about.
And the link to again, the link to this week's I won't be able to put up until late tonight. It takes forever because it's a big video. I can't even find this. Where's my?
If you send them out via email, I'll dig through it.
Okay.
Not a worry.
Cool.
Okay, that is all.
Cool. All right. And then number 2 was
Yeah, I can share my screen.
okay, sure.
So the price I had for 1 and 2 up there at the beginning was 65, 30, and 70, 68. I think you said those were wrong.
6531 is correct. Yeah, those are right.
Okay.
It's just a rounding thing, but yeah, those are right. One sec. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Is everything else correct though? Or
yeah.
Oh, everything else is correct?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, I guess I'm good then.
You're good.
I must have misunderstood what we were talking.
No problem at all.
A quick
All
question.
right, you
James,
have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, James or Maggie, their class is more advanced class, right?
They no, they're farther along than you are.
Oh, okay. It's the same
They
class.
started before you did.
Okay.
So
okay.
they're farther along than you are. That's all.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much.
They're a couple of weeks ahead of you.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. Forrest?
Yes, sir.
What I'd been saying about buying a house, and we're the only 2 people here. And also, you want to hear something kind of weird? I had the bad head injury.
Yeah, car crash.
I
Yeah.
can't remember shit for the last 2 years. I can, but all of a sudden, everything from my childhood came back. It's just the weirdest thing. So don't think I'm weird about your mom.
No, you're good, man.
Although she was the shit. But
Yeah, she's great. She, you know, she always has awesome things to say about you. Like she was just